Hi, and welcome back to the JJ's Declutter podcast. I'm Julie, and we are going to do a little magazine moments with you. Take it away, Janis.
And this magazine moments is called Creating Weekend Habits, because we're not going to pick apart the articles. We're going to present them as possibilities for you to do. The first article is by southernliving.com, and it's called 6 Things You Should Clean Every Saturday According to Pro Cleaners. And this was published May 24th, 2025. And then the second one we hope to get to is by thespruce.com. And this is 8 things you should clean every Sunday for a better start for your week, cleaners say. And this was published June 8th, 2025. So let's attack Saturdays first, because it is the first day of the weekend. And our goal is to try and have you do these things over the weekend so it sets you up for the new week where you don't have to worry about cleaning some of these things. So the house, there is some overlap between the two. So it's not like they're asking you to do 15 things on the weekend. They're actually asking you to do like 6 or 7 basic things. And the first one from the Saturday article is that it's changed from doing your bedding every 2 weeks to doing your bedding every week. So they think you should wash your sheets and change your bedding on a weekly basis.
I agree with that.
And the reason behind it now is because they do realize that you have skin mites on you. And so while you're sleeping, they come and they have fun, and they leave skin cells and other things in your bedding while you're sleeping. So they feel like, especially if you have allergies, that you need to clean your bedding more frequently, so you're not sleeping in it for long periods of time.
And it's totally normal. These mites are totally normal.
Yes, exactly.
We all have them. But I agree with what they're saying big time, that once a week is better. And you sleep more comfortably when your bed's clean.
Exactly. It says it maintains hygiene, it improves your sleep quality, and it's going to help your bedding last longer if you do it weekly. It says with the proper upkeep. So the second thing that they are saying that you should clean on Saturdays are frequently touched surfaces, which actually makes sense. So those,
it's like all the doorknobs and cabinet knobs and all that. That makes really good sense. And not just the inside doorknob, but also the outside doorknob.
Yeah. Banisters, remote controls, keyboards, and phones. Those should all be wiped down weekly, so you don't continue to spread the germs. And they also harbor bacteria, oils, and dirt.
Right.
And these things are clean the least. And I actually agree with that, because I was looking at my Google Chromecast remote, and I realized that their oils, the buttons are no longer white, because I've had it for 3-4 years, and I've never actually wiped it down. So I did wipe it down, and it didn't return to being white. Well, so I waited too long to do that.
Gotcha.
Number 3, these are things to do on Saturday. Don't just empty your trash cans at the end of the week, clean it out too. Because washing the inside and outside of the can using a microfiber cloth and some dish soap is an important practice, because although we use trash can liners, trash cans still seem to get pretty grimy and hold a smell after the trash has been removed.
Okay, I somewhat agree with that and think that's a good idea. What I think is more, because I do use the trash can liner, and our trash doesn't stay in very long. But it's the outside. It's those touchable surfaces, and not just the lid and the handle, but the sides of it also. So and that would take you 30 seconds, maybe. So that's a
Well, especially if
quickie.
you spill something in it, don't let it get sticky. Rinse it out and wipe it down.
Right,
But
right.
do I clean my trash cans weekly? No. I mean,
Well,
I empty them weekly, but
right,
do I clean them weekly? Probably not.
right.
So the fourth thing is your bathrooms. And it's stating that your bathroom is likely in need of a weekly cleaning. And they're not talking about a deep clean. And this
Mhm.
is something that Julie and I have done. And it's not necessarily something you do weekly, it's something that we recommend you do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Julie, you want to talk about it?
Oh, the swish and swipe. So
Yeah.
Janice turned me on to the Fly Lady swish and swipe thing ages ago, and it's awesome. It takes like a minute or two to actually do it. We have one little bathroom in our house, but so what I do is I go in to the bathroom and I just take my hand soap and I give it a couple squirts in the toilet and use the toilet brush and
Soap is
swish
soap.
it around and flush, and so that gets done. I rinse out my sink and kind of wash out the sink, and I use like a Clorox wipe, sanitation wipe, and I start at the top down on the toilet, and so that the handle gets washed and the handles on the sink get washed and get sanitized. But it takes
Two
a couple
minutes.
minutes, yeah.
Yeah,
And then when we have someone come over and
it's
we
nice.
want things to be spruced up, it's really quick to make sure that things are picked up and acceptable to have a guest see.
Yeah, it's when you let your toilet go too long between scrubbing them that it takes a long time. If you're daily or even every other day knocking stuff off, then it's very easy to clean because it doesn't have time to build up.
Right,
So basic areas of the kitchen. So they're talking about you'd be surprised at how much cleaning you can get done in your kitchen in a short period of time. And that's true. So we
right,
recommend you set timers when you're doing things so you can actually gauge how long a task will actually take you.
right.
So they're recommending wiping down and cleaning your appliances, your stovetop, and your microwave, as well as the inside of your refrigerator to keep your shelves and drawer looking fresh. And that
Hmm.
that way you can also get rid of your expired foods at this time so you don't end up having those science projects growing in the back of the refrigerator.
Right. And honestly, for me, um, it takes about a decluttering dozen, honestly, to do those things. So,
Yeah.
scrubbing out the sink, scrubbing off the stovetop and getting that all clean and shiny, cleaning out the microwave. But I tend to clean the microwave as I go. So if I cook something and I see that it is splattered, I usually wipe it
Wipe
out
it down.
immediately. And but I'm fortunate because it's me and my husband here. Now, if I was at my daughter's house, I have with all those teenagers, I have had to do 3 or 4 rounds of letting vinegar boil and sit and steam, and because teenagers, they put it in, they cook it, they grab it and
They
go.
don't think about it. Yeah, my
Yeah,
kids, before they moved into their own apartments, they never covered anything when they stuck it in there. So of course it splattered all over. And then it
right,
burned, and it's just like now I notice they have covers for their microwave because they don't want to have to clean the microwave
funny.
afterwards, which is pretty
Oh,
funny.
that's funny.
And the last thing on this Saturday list is to make an effort to clean your floors at least once a week. So
Clean like in mop.
vacuum and mop. Yeah,
Okay.
mop the floors. Because they feel that a clean floor is one of the best ways to reset your home and
Mhm.
make it feel, and it'll make the biggest impact. And I kind of agree with that. Like if I notice that there's things, I will whip out the vacuum and I'll vacuum it up real fast just because it makes it feel fresh. And
Mhm.
the other thing is that if you're cleaning on the floor, then you usually pick up things that don't belong there. Not just
Right.
dust and dirt, but some a bag that you laid there or a box or whatever sitting there. You usually will go, oh, I need to put that away.
Well, exactly. The floor is not a storage space. So that is, that is at least once a week you can go, okay, the floor is not a storage space, and then go move that backpack that got left there 4 days ago, or, all those kinds of things. And it really does help. It always looks so nice. And
Yeah.
we generally take our shoes off at the door. I say we, I mean he. I'm really bad about that.
So
But
that's
it works.
that's that's the Saturday list that they came up with. Let's talk about the Sunday list that they came up with.
Okay.
So the number one thing that they're saying, so this is to make the week go easier or to set you up for success for the week. So the first thing they're talking about is you should reset your entryway. So that means pick up the backpacks, pick up the shoes, pick up those things that have been left there over the weekend or during the week, just to make sure that it's nice and clear. And
Mhm.
I would suggest that if you're doing this, to have the family members help too, because chances are it's their stuff that needs to be put away.
Right, right. I think what is in my entryway, that is where my donation station is. So there is a little square spot there that I have things that are going to be going away. And honestly, the charity shop that I like to donate to is only open on Saturdays and Sundays. And so that's when we take those things down there anyway. So that works out really well for me, because I'm trying to be more discerning on where I donate my things to. I appreciate the local smaller shops because they actually keep the money local for all that. And their prices are better. They understand what a thrift store is supposed to be. So anyway, I'll move my soapbox aside next.
So the next thing is tidy the home office. So that way you clear your desk, you have a fresh space so you can actually get work done rather than shoving clutter shuffling.
Right, right. And I do find that every so often I'll come up and I'll have like 3 days of water cups sitting here. And it's
Hmm.
like, oh my gosh, no wonder I couldn't find one downstairs. They're all on my desk.
So they're talking about filing papers, writing down, wiping down your laptop or computer screens, and removing any dishes or trash. So that way you can
Gotcha.
start the week with a having cleared out the clutter and having a clear desk to work on. And,
Right,
and that actually makes sense. And that's not going to take very long, hopefully, unless you
right,
had months of stuff on your desk.
right,
Um, the third thing that they're going to talk about is wash and change bed linen. Again, we discussed it from the first
right.
article. They really feel that when it's important for your hygiene and your health.
And I
Same
would,
with
when you take those sheets off, um, vacuum that mattress, let it air out for a while, but then vacuum your mattress. And I think you'll be surprised at how that makes it may it if even if you can't see anything, it makes you feel cleaner.
and the next thing, again, they're saying scrub down the bathroom.
Yeah,
And it says it doesn't have to be a deep clean as long as it's done each week.
right.
Um, Wiping down sinks, mirrors, and toilets help cut down on bacteria because soap scum and bacteria can build up quickly. So they're saying give the bathroom shower walls a scrub with a grout brush, a sponge, or a magic eraser. Um, Again, if you keep it in there for easy access, you'll more likely to do it. Just
Yeah,
and again, it's not talking about spending 2 hours with a toothbrush. It's just
right.
talking about doing these little things on a regular basis. Again, go ahead.
Oh, I have a Norwex glass cloth under
Hmm.
my bathroom sink. which I use every day because, you know, honestly, there's always water getting just, even if it's a couple drops, there's always water getting on the mirror. And when I get out of a shower and it's all steamy, I'm like, ooh, and I get that cloth and clean it all down. So that I actually do almost every day. And it makes it so I never have to do a major mirror clean ever. And that's nice.
So again, clean up the kitchen. So they want you to wipe down the kitchen counters and make it a priority, because your kitchen is usually one of the heaviest used areas in your house if you're cooking. I mean, really, if you eat out a lot, then you're probably not as dirty as if you are cooking on a regular basis. Um, Catch up on the laundry. This one is different. So this is where it alters. So they
Mhm.
think that you should make it a priority to try and catch up on the laundry that you're going to need for the upcoming week. And that makes sense, because that way it's hung up and it's ready to wear, rather than worrying about, oh, I have to do it tomorrow.
Right. Right.
And they're, again, empty the trash and disinfect garbage bags. So I don't know if this is a new thing, because I've never seen this on a lot of as many lists as I
Mhm.
or articles that I'm seeing now. But I guess maybe they do realize that it is important to disinfect those trash cans periodically, sweep or vacuum the floors.
Mhm.
And they're actually saying just a quick vacuum or sweep on Sundays can do the trick, because that way you're getting rid of the dirt and the dust.
Right.
And if you keep up with it weekly, it's not going to be as big of a task. And
Right.
that's it. So again, there was a lot of overlap, but
Mhm.
if you keep to a schedule, and they're suggesting you do it on one day, like either on a Saturday or Sunday, but you could actually assign these tasks to a day of the week. So you could take care of all the trash cans on Monday. You could make sure you catch up on your laundry on Tuesday. There are different ways to do this if you find that doing it all in all one day is not the best for your schedule. But you
Right.
should really start thinking about creating habits, because they will save you time in the long run, and
Yes,
it's
they
going to
will.
make your house run smoother.
That's true. Excuse me. And you can start, especially if you've got kids and other people living there and stuff, you can put the kids in charge of one thing. It's
Mm.
like, oh, okay, Max, your your chore,
Go wipe down all the
wipe down all the
knobs
trash
and
cans.
everything.
Yeah.
Or
Or the
yeah.
knobs. Yes. Yeah. So you can have the kids do that so that you actually spend like there's, you and a couple kids and they're running around doing little stuff. And it doesn't have to be perfect because
Yeah.
number one, you're including them in what you're doing. And number two, you're training them. So show them how you want it done. And then you have a helper and it doesn't when they see that it doesn't take a minute, it'll be easier for them to buy in.
And then they realize when they move out that it is an important thing to actually do,
True, true. So
because you taught them that this should be done.
excuse me, I'm sorry. Absolutely. So
And
with that, oh, are we done? Are we?
yeah, we're done. We're done.
Don't mind me, I'm just over here with allergies. All right, so we will see you next time. So until then, keep it simple.
Keep it intentional.
And as always,
Keep
keep decluttering.
decluttering. You always wait for me to do the keep.
I I'll just start, and we have to do it without a pause in between keep and decluttering. Just keep decluttering. Let's try that. Ready?
Yeah, don't pause when you're decluttering. Just do it.
Just do it. Okay, that's right. That's right. Okay. So until then, keep it simple.
Keep it intentional.
And as always, keep decluttering.
Keep decluttering.
All Oh my God. Yes, yes. We're going to have an hour-long bloopers reel someday with all our keep decluttering. Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for joining us, folks, and we'll see you next time.